Welcome to Debate and Discussion, a podcast presented by Xavier Newswire. I'm your host, Aaron Albright. During the episode, I will be joined by two guests who will debate a controversial topic relating to Xavier or current events. Tonight, we will be debating whether Xavier is better in the fall or in the spring. As an introduction to our debate tonight, we have a piece by Avery about seasons on campus. When looking at colleges, one typically looks at statistics such as graduation rate or numbers of majors offered. However, one thing that is left unsaid is the beauty of the campus during the various seasons. Xavier has quite the advantage in this category. Located snugly between the Midwestern and Southern climates, Xavier has the perfect season for almost every person. During the fall semester, students have the opportunity to take advantage of many weather-specific activities. With the chilly, crisp air blowing through campus, they can partake in outdoor activities such as intramural kickball and sand volleyball. On a bright fall weekend, students can bundle up with their favorite fall beverage and go off campus to experience some of Cincinnati's greatest features. A walk through Alt Park will have Xavier students in awe with the changing colors of the season. Students looking to partake in America's favorite game, football, might just find themselves downtown attending a Bengals game at Paul Brown Stadium. Afterwards, students can take advantage of a bright fall night and eat at one of the critically acclaimed restaurants downtown. This spring brings new thrills. Xavier's campus comes alive with vibrant blooms in a variety of different colors. Spring blooms brings with them the perfume of the season, which makes even a walk to Alter a pleasant nature stroll. On the weekends, students can view several outdoor sporting events, such as baseball, soccer, or tennis. Each sport can guarantee an action-packed afternoon activity that will allow you to connect with Xavier and maybe even get a tan. Off campus, students can experience the thrilling blooms of the season at the award-winning Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens. With over 10,000 tulips planted each year, the Cincinnati Zoo is easily one of the most gorgeous showcases of spring in the city. Both semesters at Xavier offer a truly amazing experience. In the fall, you can take advantage of the cooler weather and explore the multitude of attractions that Cincinnati has to offer. In the spring, take advantage of the weather to support your favorite Xavier team. No matter what you choose to do seasonally, Xavier is a place to experience it all. Here to debate, we have Avery Strychasz and Aidan Callahan. Avery is a freshman business analytics and marketing double major, and Aidan is a junior English major. Thank you so much to Avery and Aidan for debating tonight. Now, let's hear from students and other Xavier community members on this issue.
Hi, Debates and Discussions. I'm Avery Strychasz, and today I'm going to be presenting why spring is the only season that should happen at Xavier.
While I will be presenting an argument for why fall semester is the best semester.
All right. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. Let's get more into this. Avery, why do you think that spring is better?
Spring is the olfactory season. You've got all the senses. You've got the smell, the beautiful lilacs blooming on campus. You've got the sights, the trees, the colors. I was walking around campus the other day. I saw pink, purple, white. I even saw some yellow mixed in with it. You've got the taste of spring. You know, when you walk out of your dorm and you look around and you see the dew and you can smell it and you can almost taste the fresh beginning. You've got the touch. I mean, when you think of spring, you think of cute baby animals. And finally, I mean, who doesn't like spring? It's new beginnings, it's a fresh start. It means happiness.
I have many things to say to that. Okay, so first of all, I do agree. Spring is a time of cute little creatures like bugs. Just gonna throw that one out there.
Actually,
early.
Mosquitoes are more common in the fall month of the end of August and September.
Oh, but I wasn't talking about just mosquitoes. I'm talking about every type of bug. I saw a spider in my dorm this morning. Would not have seen that in the fall. That's all I'm saying.
What, you don't like earthworms who till up the soil and bring nutrients so that you can grow your food?
Not in my house.
I've never had an earthworm in my house. I think you might have a problem.
My point is more just that lots of bugs, not a good time. Also, can I just say real quick, new beginnings? What's a newer beginning than the start of a new semester? And that's what fall represents. That's when new people are on campus, new classes, new you.
New burnout.
Yeah, but you should see people's burnout in the spring. Classic time for the senior slump to start.
But the senior slump is more about embracing what college is, you know? You know, you go out to that party, that one last hurrah, you go, you walk around campus, maybe you eat at the cap for the first time in 2 years because, hey, it's senior year, anything flies, and it's during spring.
I think that you are not the authority on what the college experience is. Maybe someone doesn't want the senior schlum. Maybe someone would prefer fall because during the spring they're too tempted to go into a senior schlum. They're too tempted to go out and enjoy the beautiful weather.
For seniors, spring is also the new beginning of getting a job, reaching out. I'm a business major, so I've been looking at all these people on LinkedIn who are posting, got my first job, my first real professional job with, you know, Cintas or P&G. What's more exciting than starting the rest of your life?
You are stressing me out with every word. Like, oh, finding a job? Who wants to do that? In fact, you just reminded me of another annoying part about spring. Finding internships, finding summer jobs. Like, spring is all about, like, looking forward to what are you going to do during the summer. Whereas fall's so comfortable. You know where you're going to be next semester, next season, if you will.
But wouldn't you say, I mean, you were opposed to the senior slump, as your words. If fall, you're comfortable, you're not learning, you're not actively seeking to be a better person.
Okay, now you're just putting words into my mouth. I'm saying you're feeling comfortable in the fact that you know you don't have to stress about getting a summer job. You're comfortable in the fact that you know where you're going to be in a few months' time. With spring, what am I doing for the summer? What am I doing for next semester, for next year? Like, what if I'm graduating? So you brought so many questions in the spring. In the fall, everything just falls into place.
Yeah, well, you know, you can spring towards the future.
You got puns too.
Yeah, I do.
Alright. Let me interject with a question. Are the activities held on campus better in a certain season? Would you say the activities or sports contribute to your experience?
I love the club fair. Who doesn't love the club fair? You go on campus, clubs all over the quad. Everywhere you look, just a club trying to get you to do something fun, something new. That doesn't happen in the spring. Everyone's stressed out about the summer.
Let's talk about the spring. Let's talk about all of the sports you can go see to support your favorite teams. You've got baseball, you've got soccer, you've got fun intramural sports like beach volleyball. And in times of COVID, you know, we can really only go see games when they're outside so we can social distance. And you know, I was at a soccer game this spring semester, and it was the first nice day of the semester. You know, I sat out on a blanket with my friends. We were watching a fun little camaraderie between two fighting teams, and then all of a sudden, behind a cloud, the sun peered out. And it was the most magical and simple moment.
You know, the sun can shine in the fall too.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's all gray. It's all cold. You know, everyone is just, they're looking forward to the winter so they can cozy up with their, and bundle up. The fall, you're in that weird in-between. Do I wear a jacket? Do I not wear a jacket? Should I be wearing Uggs? Should I be wearing sneakers? There's so many decisions.
Do we live in the same city? Cincinnati has the most bipolar weather no matter the season. Like, even just this week, like, it's been, like, in the 50s, and today it was in the 70s, then some days it's in the 40s, and you gotta go out in, like, a winter coat. Like, spring in Cincinnati, barely spring at all.
I'm from Cleveland, so our seasons are even more unpredictable. So I'm just adaptable, and I can weather through it. So quite personally, I'm not one to speak on this because I just go out no matter what the weather. You just gotta have that mindset.
See, that's the problem with, for us normal people, those not from Cleveland. There's a certain expectation for all the seasons. With fall, you're gonna expect cold weather. So when it's a little warm, you're gonna be pretty happy. If it's cold, you're fine. In the spring, like, if it's not warm, your day is ruined. You go out wearing a nice t-shirt and shorts, it's cold, it's done. Your day is ruined. And that's what spring does to you, especially in Cincinnati. It just tricks you. It promises warm weather, brings cold post-winter weather.
Look, you've got a point there, you really do. However, the reason the weather is like that is because it has to contribute back to the senses that I'm telling you about. You've got flowers. They need the nurturing. They need that. And you know what what you get as the payoff for, maybe being a little bit cold on your 2-minute walk to Alter Hall? You get beautiful sights and smells. That's a good trade-off in my opinion.
First of all, my walk to Alter is 5 minutes. It's out in the village.
Boo-hoo.
Also, you also constantly act like there are no beautiful sights in the fall. I, for one, love the changing colors, the falling leaves. Like, you see a picture, an ESA, running around campus, jumping into a pile of leaves. Would that not just make your day compared to like, oh, there's a flower?
Never seen that picture before.
And it's a hypothetical.
And also, you know what leaves bring? Clean up. Let's talk about it. You gotta get that rake out. If you're at home, not on Xavier campus, but I'm talking about fall in general. You gotta get it off the grass, otherwise when the snow comes, it's gonna burn out your grass. I work in a landscaping business. You know the number one problem that we have? People don't rake up the leaves from their backyard, and they have to replant their grass the next season.
Wow, I did not know you worked for a landscaping company. That's a pretty fun fact. But I'll do you one better. In the spring, you have to clean up something even worse. Grass. With spring comes the sound of mowers. Mowers outside of dorms at least like once a week.
Well, you know the sound of the mowers to me? The sound of a job. The sound of a family fed in Xavier's campus. You know, Xavier has quite an experience. Our gardeners are unlike anyone I've ever seen. You know, the ability for them to come in one night and there be no tulips, and then the next night I wake up, why? There's tulips in the Bellarmine Circle. It's amazing. You know, in fall, all you got are mums. Sometimes you get a pumpkin or two scattered around. It's lazy. Spring planting takes effort. It takes commitment. It takes dedication, and it takes love.
Wow. While I appreciate that, I do not think all of that is worth being woken up at 6 a.m. to the sound of a mower mowing the grass.
Don't you live in the villages?
Yeah.
I've never been there personally, but the grass lawn people at Coleman, they're respectable. 10 a.m. So I think you just chose the wrong place to live, unfortunately. And
I think
also,
10 a.m. is also pretty bad.
who doesn't love the smell of freshly cut grass?
Alright guys, let's pose a final question. If you had to give one reason to a prospective student as to why they should come based off of a certain season that they're touring in, what is that one reason?
You know, Xavier is all about community. And what says more community than a campus that is here to welcome you with both the sights, the smells, and that feeling of love? You know, there's nothing more beautiful. You know, we give roses for Valentine's Day, and so there's nothing more beautiful than knowing that you're appreciated, that somebody is going to go out there at 6 a.m. and mow the lawn. Someone's going to be there to plant those flowers. It's the feeling of the Xavier community.
Xavier is home, and no season shows this more than fall. This is the season when you come onto campus and see the clubs presenting you, begging you to join them. This is the season where there's still people sitting around on the quad enjoying those last summer rays. This is the season where we celebrate Halloween. That's other thing I want to mention. No holidays in spring.
Easter?
We're home for Easter.
I was on campus for Easter. It was gorgeous.
Your family must have been really sad that you were at the Easter dinner.
My family came here because they love me.
Your family ate Easter dinner on Xavier's campus?
Yeah, it was a great time. And by Easter dinner, it was a brunch.
Oh, yeah. Point is, Xavier is home. And no, it never feels more like home than in the brisk fall season.
Thank you so much to Avery and Aidan for debating tonight. Now, let's hear from students and other Xavier community members on this issue.
I like Xavier better in the spring because I like seeing all of the Xavier students out in the Xavier yard playing spike ball.
I like Xavier better in the spring because everyone's outside and it's happy.
I like Xavier in the winter because I like sledding on the R2 hill.
I am now joined by Avery, Hunter, Aidan, Will, and Grace. At Debate and Discussion, we are all about controversial topics. The question of the night is, what is your favorite entree and dessert that has been offered in the CAF this year? And to make it even more fun, we're doing this popcorn style. So I'm going to first go with popcorn. Aidan.
Well, thanks for asking, Aaron. Favorite entree is a hard question. But I would have to say I have loved the return of the special line, whatever you want to call it, like way in the back next to the booths. That used to just be pasta. Now they do like Mexican bowls, Asian bowls. Pretty tasty. I kind of enjoy them. And for dessert, the glazed sugar cookies will always be the best dessert in the CAF, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. Popcorn Hunter.
Now listen, there are a few hills that I would die arguing for my particular take on. And one of them is the best CAF dessert. And let me tell you, it's the French silk pie, all right? It's got the graham cracker crust. Sometimes they even do like an Oreo crust. You've got like the chocolate mousse. Got like a large layer of whipped cream on top with some chocolate slices on there. Let me tell you, that is a fantastic dessert. Now, as for an entree, I'm not as passionate, but as being, close to Cincinnati native, I'm going to go with the CAF Skyline Chili Days, where, listen, you could make it so many different ways. You could go and get your coney. They have the hot dogs there on those days. They have the chili spaghetti. Or, if you're feeling extra special, let me tell you, I go over to the burger line, get a plate of fries, then get some Skyline chili and cheese on there. That's where it's at. Now listen, I know it's polarizing. Not many people may like the Skyline, but that's where it's at. I think, when the CAF is doing those kind of specialty dishes, local, those kind of things, that's the best. And I'm going to popcorn it to my buddy Will Pembroke.
Thank you very much, Hunter. Well, Aidan kind of stole my thunder when he talked about the Mexican bowls. I call them the Fiesta bowls because they just make me want to party. The rice can be a little bit hit or miss, but other than that, very tender chicken, which is something that they have not figured out in the actual grilled chicken line. Very, very tender. We have a nice pico de gallo that goes on top there, a little bit of shredded cheese. So that really just puts me in the mood, and it's amazing. If I had to choose a dessert, I wouldn't say I have a particular favorite, but I had tiramisu the other day, and I was expecting bad things, and it ended up being pretty solid. So that's what I would say. And I'm going to popcorn to Grace Carlo.
Thank you, Will. I'm going to start off with dessert because I feel like that is the only edible section of the CAF, the Father B's Bakery. And I would have to say that my top favorite dessert is the s'mores bars. Those are pretty rare. I feel like they're not there that often, but if they're not there, the strawberry shortcake is always a hit. For my favorite entree, little Xavier life hack another one on top of what Hunter mentioned, I like getting a burger from the burger line and taking a grilled cheese and putting the burger in the grilled cheese. So having this is a new invention. Having the burger on toast, it's really good, and I recommend anyone to try it.
Who are you going to popcorn to?
Oh, no.
So it's not a new thing. It's just a patty melt.
It's not a thing that happens at Xavier University in the CAF. This is my own innovative dinner.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So let me go through the process here again. So are you putting the burger into the grilled cheese, or are you putting the... Oh, okay.
What were you thinking?
I was imagining like...
Double-decker grilled cheese. Grilled cheese.
Oh, that's too much bread.
Yeah, or like bun, burger patty, grilled cheese, lettuce, tomato,
That's
pickles,
too much.
another bun.
No, I just open the grilled cheese, put a patty in there, close it. It's amazing. And I literally only discovered this 2 weeks ago, but I definitely recommend it. Other than that, the quesadillas are also edible, but I don't know about anything else. And popcorn to Avery.
Thanks, Grace. So, first off, shout out to Maria, the pastry chef at the CAF. She does a great job, but there's nothing more reliable than the chocolate chip cookie. They're great every time you get them. Crunchy on the corners, gooey on the inside. They're just dependable. Now, my favorite entree, this is going to be a hot take, the sparkling water from the Pepsi Freestyle machines. Now, I know what you're saying. There's no nutritional value in that, Avery. That's not an entree. But sometimes I walk into the CAF and I look at the lines, and I'm not feeling anything. But you know what I am feeling? The crisp, cool taste of a sparkling water.
So no one popcorned to me, but I feel that I also get to give my opinion. Wow, this is like when you're not picked for the kickball team. Like, guys, why did you do this to me? Wow, I'm kind of hurt. But my favorite meal that the calf had, they had these really good tacos recently, and it reminded me of home 'cause it's just like how my dad makes it, with like the crunchy shell, with like the chopped up beef, and it was just so good. Favorite dessert though? I'm gonna go with any of the gooey butter cake, the chocolate gooey butter cake or just the regular. You know, it like reminds me of my family. My brothers live in St. Louis where it started. Reminds me of visiting them. So it's like a little touch of nostalgia.
I also really like the gooey butter cake. I actually just had it today. I would have to say that St. Louis gooey butter cake is one of my favorite desserts
So good.
ever. My cousin went to WashU, and I literally begged her every single time she came home to bring me a gooey butter cake, and now we make it at home. So I agree. I get a little bit of nostalgia when I eat it in the calf.
Yeah.
I saw a gooey butter cake drop from the 3rd floor of Smith a couple weeks ago, and then I stepped in it. So not a fan of the gooey butter cake, and
That's
it's
so
also
sad.
gross
If you saw it dropping, how were you not able to prevent yourself from walking
because it was
into
later in the day.
That is
Solid-
classic.
Now, I mean, there's a few things I'd like to comment on here. Definitely, Avery could totally get behind that sparkling water in the Pepsi machine. That's where it's at, for sure. Somebody who only drinks water, flavored waters, sparkling water, that's definitely where it's at when you go to the drinks. There's also the bubbly machines over there, too. I kind of like those, too. It depends on the day, but I don't know. I know it's not cool. Also, don't sleep on the Rice Krispie treats. I got to say, I know nobody stuck up for them, but the homemade Rice Krispie treats at the bakery, I know a lot of people that love those things, and they're not around enough.
Final comment, because Avery got me thinking. Sobe Life Water out of the machines is what keeps me going every day. It keeps me hydrated. It is something I can look forward to every time I step foot in the calf, and I will stand for it for the rest of my life.
And for our listeners who didn't get to see the reaction, Avery's face of disgust tells you everything you need to know.
I'd also like to say for our listeners at home that when Will said he would stand for it, he was sitting down.
All right.
Fair point.
All righty. Thank you all for your hot take on entrees and desserts in the calf this year.
Whoa, Aaron, wrong show. But if you want to check out hot takes sometime, tune in to Newswire Live, 7 on Monday nights.
Shameless plug from Hunter Ellis, who manages both of these shows. Thank you, Hunter. And with that, let's thank everyone else who has contributed to this episode of Debate and Discussion, including himself, the managing multimedia editor Hunter Ellis, show manager Will Pembroke, acting editor-in-chief Alex Budzinski, campus correspondent Grace Carlo, audio editor Sebastian Aguilar, multimedia producer Gwen Haggerty, guests Avery Strychasz and Aidan Callahan, and XUFM for the use of their equipment and recording space. Don't forget to tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the next episode of Debate and Discussion. And if you want to give a listen to our other show, Newswire Live, it airs every Monday at 7 p.m. From Xavier Newswire's podcast, Debate and Discussion, this is Aaron Albright, signing off.